A billionaire is someone who reaches 10 figures.
Yeah.
Once you have 10 figures, you have reached that. And very, very few people have figured out how to get there.
Yeah.
However, billionaires, they have so much going on. Most of them have multiple companies which they are running. They barely have time to give you. Most of them have companies which have at least, I'd say, 500 to 1,000 employees or maybe more.
Easily more.
Easily, maybe more. Every person wants to do something with a billion. You see that there is money over there, and when you're starting a business, you feel that it's easiest to sell your business, to sell your products to a billionaire. So a lot of people approach them, but you went to go around and hang out with them to earn their trust is very, very difficult. I can go and approach, but what will make that billionaire take me seriously?
The answer is in your question. You said that everyone wants to do something or get something from a billionaire. Yeah. And that's where you go wrong. Because every billionaire knows that if you're coming to him or near him, you want something from them. But if you just be open hands and be like, I don't have anything to sell, I don't have anything to promote, I don't have anything to give you or get from you, but I'm a person that you may hang out with. Because when you get at the top, it's lonely, right? And when you don't go over there to sell or promote, and you go with the open hands of, I'm here to support you anywhere you need, but I don't have any intention of such as meeting you. And all the billionaire meetings I've had till now is non-agenda meetings. Like there's no agenda set. How do you build a network first with them? The first question, right? So you don't cold email them. You don't message them on LinkedIn because they don't have that much time to reply you on and then set 100%. Up a meeting and do all of that, right? So the only way you work over there is through referrals. To get a person on your podcast, if I refer someone, it's much more easy than someone cold emails you or talks to you and then tries to do something, right?
Even if I reach out, it's much, much easier to get
Correct.
People refer.
Correct.
100%.
But if you go with the referral, it's much more easier to get anyone, anywhere that you want because the person trusts you. So trust breeds more trust, and trust spreads through the person who's trustworthy. So you need to keep in mind that if you want to win someone's trust, go with the person who's already trustworthy. It's easier to get someone's trust, number one. Number two, don't try to get anything from them, and don't try to give as well because they have everything. So you go with the intention, I'll provide some value. What value will provide to a billionaire, right? Just think around that, right? So it becomes difficult over there. So go with the intention of non-agenda. You're going out there to chill, and you're going out with the intention of, I don't know what will happen. Let's just figure it out. And that's where you build real deep connection.
Even to go out, I think there should be that exchange of value. There should be the exchange, like some kind of positivity coming in from your end. Because if there's someone who's negative, something like someone will hang out with someone only if they have like at least knowledge to gain, good things to talk about. So when you're in that meeting, like first of all, I would want to know how you have convinced them. I want to know your pitch to convince a billionaire to have a meeting with you. Second, once you've convinced them, what are you talking about? Like, again, you said nothing related. Just can you give us some examples among these 4 people?
Very simple, bro. Very simple. First question you said, there should be exchange of value. I don't think so. There should not be exchange of value, but exchange of vibe. It's like dating, right? You're not going over there for some value seeking or something like that. It's a vibe that you connect with. So there's an exchange of vibe you need to have. That's number one. Whatever is inside you truly would reflect your vibe at that time. If you're nervous, they will just catch it in a second. If you are open, they'll just catch it in a second. If you have some bad intention, they'll catch it in a second. So if you have just this positive, natural vibe of, I am just coming over here to meet you. If you don't want me here, okay, I'll go. If you want me over here, I'll sit. If you want me to, not speak anything or disturb you in your thing that you're going on, I'm fine with that as well. I'm just coming to sit.
Correct.
Number one. Number two, I don't convince them for meetings. I convince the friend who's going over there for a meeting. So for example, if someone needs to, let's say you are a billionaire, and if someone wants to meet you, he does not need to convince you. He needs to convince me that, hey, you're going for a podcast, can I come with you? You would not reject that person who comes with me, right? I'll just be like, Neet, someone is coming, is that fine with you? You're like, cool, just bring them on. And now he knows you. So that's how it works. So I never convince the billionaire. I convince the person who's going to meet the billionaire. That's why I am the right exchange. Because understand this, when people are hanging around billionaires, one thing that they want for themselves is approvals. That this billionaire gives me approval, validation, right? And that validation would only happen. See, it cannot come through knowledge because a billionaire knows more. It cannot come through money because a billionaire has more. It cannot come through networks because a billionaire has more. What does they don't have? Right? That's the key. And one thing that it would come with is something to access that the billionaire does not have. So if he goes to a billionaire and be like, you told me about this problem, right? I have this guy who can solve it out. Who is this guy? Can it be solved really? Yeah, I have this guy. He solved this for these many people. Oh, are you sure? Yes. You want me to come bring him to you? Yeah. Let him also come. That's when you get introduced.
You knowing the right set of people. If you know the right set of people in front of a billionaire, that's valuable to them. Who can solve their problem.
Anyone you want to meet in life is just 5 steps away. anyone you want to meet Donald Trump, he's just 5 steps away. It's just that you need to figure out who those 4 people are that are in between, right? So you might know this X person who knows this, Y person who knows this, that person who knows Donald Trump, right? Or you want to meet Mukesh Ambani, you're just 5 steps away. It's just that first step, figure out who those 4 are in the chain. And number 2, what value you can provide to those 4 so that you can get to the 5th person. That's what the whole idea.